Good day to you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We all know Moses, right? That he was a great man of God, that God worked many great miracles through him. But notice these two examples below. If we look at Exodus chapter 17, verses 10 through 13, so Joshua did as Moses said to him and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And so it was when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands became heavy, so they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it. And Aaron and Hur supported his hands, one on one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. So Joshua defeated Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Now, this was a fight where they had to fight Amalek, and this is out during their time in the wilderness, and they were victorious as long as Moses held up his hands. He held up his hands, and this was taking hours. This was not a short fight. This was a long battle. And if you've ever just stood and held your hands up, at first, there's no problem. But the longer you stand there with your hands raised, the harder and harder that becomes. And if you imagine trying to do that for days, for hours, all day long, it's going to become really, really very tiresome. Even though you wouldn't think so at first, but just if you try doing that for a couple hours, you'll see what I mean. So he had Aaron and Hur actually there, and they helped lift his hands and supported him. It was actually, that simple thing was not something he could actually do on his own. He needed help. Let's look at Exodus chapter 18, verses 18 through 22. Both you and these people who are with you shall surely wear yourselves out, for this thing is too much for you. You are not able to perform it by yourself. Listen now to my voice. I will give you counsel, and God will be with you. Stand before God for the people, so that you may bring the difficulties to God. And you shall teach them the statutes and the laws, and show them the way in which they must walk and the work they must do. Moreover, you shall select from all the people able men such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. And let them judge the people at all times. Then it will be that every great matter they shall bring to you, but every small matter they themselves shall judge. So it will be easier for you, for they will bear the burden with you. Here, Moses' father-in-law is giving him this advice. Now, personally, I believe this advice really is coming from God, and I think Moses was one of those people that he thought he had to do these things, and it was up to him, and I need to do this for the Lord. I need to do this. This is up to me. I can't let go of this. I have to do this. But here he's getting advice from someone, and I believe this is coming from God through this man, and that he's talking to Moses and explaining how he needs to do this. Moses needs to delegate and share some of that responsibility. He can't do it all by himself. Now, there are a lot of people in the world who they have to do it. They're doing it. They're working it. You can put too much pressure on yourself. You can really wear yourself out trying to do it all yourself. And sometimes you just need to let others help you. In both of these cases, Moses needed the help of other people. Now, God was there and he was working through Moses, but others were still there helping. Even though God is with us and he loves us and he cares for us, sometimes he wants us to allow others to help and to contribute. Sometimes He wants us to be humble and realize that we do need the help of others. Sometimes it's both. It's a blessing for them to be able to join in and help. And sometimes it's a blessing to us to have others join in and help. So we need to try to be humble and realize that we need the help of others. We all do need help. We need others in our lives that we can depend on. Now, God is faithful to supply all our need in this area too. He will bring people to us that we can depend on. So let's work together and help one another to do the Lord's work in this life and on this earth. We need each other as our fellow Christians, and we need each other's help. Sometimes we need someone to help hold our hands up or to help take care of some of these items that we don't have time to take care of. Sometimes we can't do it all ourselves. Even with God, we still only have so much time during the day to do things. And sometimes we've got to be able to humble ourselves and realize that we need help from God and from other Christians, other people. So I want to thank you for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day. May God bless you and keep you safe. And remember, God loves you.